Can you hear that wind? Hokey smokes! It is quite windy. Hi, it's your Uncle Phil. It's Phil O'Neill, Furious Rally Sports, and you can see from the stream here, you can hear it, the wind just howling here at the ballpark, coming straight out of the south or the southeast. And I'll show you some of the camera views here in a little bit. I've got most everything set up, and it's looking pretty good. You're probably hearing a little hum out of the wireless microphone, but believe it or not, that sound, I'm going to turn my mic down now, and all the sound you hear from the wind is coming from the microphone that is stationed at home plate. Hang on a minute. I'm going to turn myself down. And, of course, it quiets down about that time. Hold on. Picking up that wind? Yeah, that's not coming from my main mic. That's coming from the mic all the way in at the backstop. That's fantastic. That'll be able to pick up audio this year for the ball games. I'm very excited about that at home plate. So behave yourself if you're at home plate at a Southeastern game this year, huh? Okay, well, let me show you myself if I can get the camera to come around here. Just give me a second. I'm going to kind of move my microphone. And let's see. There we come. Come to Papa. Do you see me now? Kind of. Not yet. Not yet. I think you're about there. Hey, there. There we go. Zoom in, man. There you go. Yeah, I'm not going to raise the window any. It's cold out here today. I think the high today was supposed to be about 58 degrees, and you got to be kidding me. If it is, it's 58 with about a 32 wind chill. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's bad enough you want to have a heavy coat if you're watching a high school ball game today. Both the Augusta Southeastern high school teams, the softball and baseball teams, down at Liberty today, so that's why I had a chance to do a test broadcast from both ball diamonds. And you're not going to believe what happened to me just a little while ago. I'm testing things, everything's okay. All of a sudden I see my camera just point to the sky, and I'm like, was the wind that strong that it blew the camera offline? And I'm like, oh my goodness, it collapsed the stand. It flipped the stand over, the wind was so strong. So I'm going to have to do something to fix that. That's the first time that's ever happened, and I've had some windy ball games that I've done. So, yeah, we'll have to fix that problem. But I've temporarily kind of fastened it into the fence, which we won't be able to do during a game. But anyway, so there you go. So, yep, everything seems to be working pretty well. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and show you home plate. That's the home plate, the batter, pitcher, catcher shot we'll use. I'll make adjustments in game, of course, at various points. Again, you're hearing some hum. That's from my mic, from the wireless mic. It's my connections. I'll have to fix that. But that will be fixed in due time. So, okay, I'm not sure what baseball games we're going to pick up here for Southeastern this spring. I have to look at the schedule closer. I believe softball and baseball, are on the road most of this week. So it'll probably be next week when I pick them up. And there you can hear that wind howling now. But I'm kind of excited for it. Things I've gotten set up now to where it's a little bit easier to do. Things still kind of can be perplexing, but I can solve the problems now. So things are much better as far as that's concerned. So here's the center field shot. Now let's say a ball was hit over to the left side of the infield. There you go. You'd have the play, and then if it was thrown over to first, boom, there we go. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the outfield shots here. That's my camera in left field. I think the reason why it hasn't blown over is because of the fact that it's kind of tilted downward a little bit with the stand. Again, I'm going to have to put some weights on them of some kind, sandbags, something. We'll fix that. All right, that's the left field shot. Now we'll go to center. And now we will go to right. Now let's go ahead and go to the infield from the left field camera from the left side. Boom. Second base, boom. First base, boom. And I think first base is over in that general direction. You know, I got to look in here. Was there some? I think there's been some damage to the ball diamond with some of these wind storms that we have had. And the reason why, if you look at that dugout, and again, it's windy, so these cameras going to be shaking like a leaf on a tree. But if you look there, I'm going to see if I can zoom into that a little bit so we can kind of catch it. Let's see here. I can't tell looking at it, but I think that whole side has come off. Whoop, a little too high. See, I think there was a side there that came off because I think that whole thing was there before. I could be wrong. Maybe they're just working on it. The other thing I noticed, if I can turn and look at that, give me a moment here. Gonna get you a little blurry, but if we look here to the outfield, I'm going to zoom down a little bit, come down a little further. Let me kind of zoom out to get my bearings. Yeah, there we go. See that right there to the right? I think the scoreboard was out here. And you see the fence, it's broken there at the end. So I think there was some damage. And if we can also look, I'm going to come back to the left field line here, foul line. With something happened out here anyway. See that damage right there? That's down the third base line, just beyond third base. It's all kind of caved in over there. So I don't know exactly what happened. But, you know, those things can happen at ball diamonds, that's for sure. It can get very windy here out in the kind of on a lone prairie, but it's a little bit nestled in, but it still can get windy here. That's definitely for sure. We'll come back out here to the left field shot. Yeah, now last year, let's go ahead and switch back to the infield. They switched to, Coach Rigg was talking about how they switched to the grass infield. And so the only areas that are dirt are basically the where the fielders are, first base to third base, and then at home plate. And I think it's kind of hard to tell, but I think they have left the baselines going from first to from home to first, and from third to home. They've left those in grass. Either that, or they're trying to get that to grow. It's kind of tough to see from me looking at the diamond. So that'll be kind of exciting to catch some games here later on this year. So again, probably in the next week or so, we'll have a game on, either the softball or the baseball or both, okay? So there you have it. So again, just testing stuff today. Everything has worked pretty well. You can hear that howling camera with that little bit of hum, but you can sure hear that wind. That's for sure. And that's I'll show you where that is. Let me go ahead and get in here and show you that. Make sure I get the right camera. Well, that was not what I wanted to do. Come back there. Yeah, there we go. All right. I have that microphone. That wireless microphone is picking up the wind. It should be pointed to home plate in game. It is sitting, well, about, where is that devil? It's on that pole just to the left of where all the power comes in there, those power boxes. And yeah, it's doing pretty well. I'm amazed that it covers this kind of distance. I'm not sure the dimensions here. 365 to center, 340 to the power alleys, and good gravy, forget it. I don't have my binoculars. I think it's 325 to the lines, left and right field lines. So yeah, there you have it. And everything seems to be working pretty well. Again, if a ground ball was hit to the left side, we'd go over here, and it was thrown over to first, boom. If it was a double play ball, right, if it's hit there, go to second, go to first, and that works pretty well. Again, there's your outfield left. The only problem with that is I'd have to move the camera if it went into the left field corner, but that's not any big deal. Last year we had some problems with the controller I had. It would just kind of shoot to Mars. It was not real successful, let's put it that way. Center field shot there. Of course, that could be out to all the way to the deep center, but that's close enough. If somebody hits one beyond that, you'll know it's gone, right? And then right field from the left field camera. Let's see here. Then we'll go with the left field camera. There is your infield third, second, over to first. Yeah, that all has worked real well today. I'm real happy for that and happy with that. This is it's not a super simple setup, but it's easier to deal with. That is for sure. I'm really real happy with it. Let me take a look here. Since we are chatting, I've got their schedules. And I'll have to talk to both coaches, of course, but let me take a look here. Again, the wind took one of my cameras down. That blew the stand down. That was amazing earlier when I was getting set up. Didn't take me near as long to set up the second time as did the first. Kind of works that way, doesn't it? Where are those schedules? I know I have them. Wah. Well, no, I don't. They actually are on my other computer at home. That's okay. But again, so we'll try to pick up some other schools if they're interested for some spring baseball, softball. I'm not much of an expert on track or any of the other spring sports, soccer, etc. But they could be done. Have to talk with people, what have you. Last year we discussed doing some things over in Iowa in the summertime, and hopefully we can get some of that arranged as well as time goes on. So, we'll just see what happens. I'm going to run through these cameras one more time. I'm going to shut this down because I'm happy with this test. Everything has worked pretty well. And here from Augusta, Illinois, from Swicegood Field. Swice Field, I should say. The old baseball coach, Dave Swicegood. He had a long career, coached at Plymouth High School and then ended up at Southeastern and had a lot of success, especially in the 80s, early 80s. Had some in the 90s as well in the early 00s. But, so this is the diamond. If it looks kind of rough to you, you can imagine. It's early spring. It's going to take a while for it to look good. The weather has been weird, right? It's been warm, it's been cold, it's been everything. So haven't had any snow in a while, so that's some good news. So, all right, I'm going to run through some tests here again. Let's just say a ground ball was, hit over the left side. Well, not that left side. Hold on a minute. Over left side, second, over to first. Yeah, all right, that works. We go now to the outfield. Ball's hit center, go there. Ball's hit to right, goes there. Left side, the outfield shots at the infield from the left field camera. 2 and number 3. I also learned some things dealing with this that, if I ever have a camera die like it did last year, that was kind of crazy. A game against Monmouth United that was here. And thanks to a lot of those folks, there were a lot of people that viewed that. I'm going to assume from the Monmouth United side of things. So that was kind of neat last year. But yeah, center field camera just ended up just dying, and the screen got dark and everything. That was a little bit of a problem. Now you notice here, speaking of that, we can test that here while I'm doing this. If you notice, now I've got some pretty easy adjustments for the camera from the brightness, and that is fantastic. That makes things a lot easier. I mean, you have no idea how much easier that makes things. So, like for example here, from the left field camera, we go back out. I'm not sure why it zooms slower out than in. That's kind of strange, but it's all right for now. Now, I will change. You see how that's darkening, and now we kind of bring it up. And that's very necessary during the games because the camera will, the sunlight changes every 2 minutes. As a matter of fact, I remember last year's game against Monmouth United. It was a sunny, incredibly beautiful sunny day, and then the clouds came. It got dark as can be. Looked like it could rain, but it stayed off to the south. And it was kind of an interesting, definitely was an interesting day running the cameras. I had this set up last year. We'd had no problem. We'd had absolutely no problem with it. Okay. And there you go. So I am real happy with the way things have gone here today. It's all worked and fantastic. So this stream didn't last very long compared to the other one, but it didn't really need to. This was only a test. And again, probably sometime next week, we'll have some ball games on from Southeastern High School, either at the Augusta Ball Diamond or at the Softball Diamond in Bowen, okay? This is your Uncle Phil saying bye from Furious Rally Sports. And here's what I will tell you. Check my Facebook page that I have for Furious Rally Sports, also this YouTube channel. You have to look under the live tab to see what's upcoming. And those things will be posted. That information will be posted there. All right, have a good rest of your day, all right? I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.